Hi, I'm Dr. Andrea Labuti, and today I'm going to share with you some really good news about your child with autism. I'm also going to share with you some bad news. And why is this important? Because if you understand what I'm going to talk about today, you can dramatically improve your relationship with your child with autism. So let's talk about the good news. Number one, your child is special. And I'm not just talking about special needs, we've gotten used to that term. I'm talking about special in a really important way. Um, your child is wired differently. Now, this is really important to understand because we keep trying to make these kids be more normal and we're getting it all wrong. What we want to do is help cultivate the differences and the strengths and the unique talents in our children. Frontiers in Neuroscience is a journal that published an article called The Intense World Syndrome. And they basically talked about the autistic brain and pathways and neurotransmitters, and how there was quite a big difference in autistic people versus non autistic people. And I'm bringing this up because it highlights that the brain is wired very differently. And I'm going to get to why that's important shortly. Martha Herbert is a physician researcher at Harvard Medical School, and she has done a lot of work with autistic brains and neurobiology. And her work is really moving the the knowledge base of just how different the brains of autistic individuals are and why it's important. Not only why it's important because we can help them with their challenges, but also why it's important because they have these amazing gifts. So that leads me to the next piece of the good news. Your child has a gift. Now, all children have gifts. I truly and totally believe that. But your child with autism has a gift, and that comes from experiencing the world in a different way than you and I do. Now, what do I mean by that? So senses are hypersensitive, right? They have exquisite sound abilities and visual abilities, and they can be very sensitive to smells and tastes and touch, which can be a challenge. But stick with me. If you really understand what your child is experiencing, then you can hone in on what their gift might be and what you can do to help them cultivate that gift. So a special child with a gift. So far you're with me. The other point that I want to make about the specialness or the giftedness of your child is they really do have a unique opportunity to contribute to humanity. Now, that may sound really big and really bold, and a lot of you parents are out there screaming, yeah, right, I can't even potty train my kid. I can't get them to sit down. I understand all that. Okay, I'm going to get to that. But I want you to understand that they really have the potential to make a big impact on humanity. And if we just look back over time, Einstein and Thomas Jefferson and Nikola Tesla, these were some very unique, quirky, amazing, innovative individuals, and even modern day brilliant people that we all speculate might be on the spectrum, like Bill Gates. Where would we be without these amazing human beings that were really true pioneers and innovators? And I want you to consider this because we have a really a hard problem with the word autism. There's really two groups, right? There's the parents with children with autism that very much see autism as a bad thing or a challenging thing or a devastating thing that's messing up everybody's lives. And then we have this other group who are the autistic adults that very much want to be who they are, and they don't want us to change them or fix them or cure them. And so what I'd like to do is maybe come up with a different word to describe the person that has autism. So maybe that word is energetically sensitive, exquisitely sensitive, differently abled, wired differently. So that's important to tease that out because there are inherent gifts and strengths and potential in children that are autistic because of the differences in how they're wired and their makeup. So I hope that makes sense to you. So what I would like to suggest is parents look at this as, wow, my child has amazing capabilities because they are autistic, but oh my gosh, I have to get over all these hurdles and challenges, which we're going to get to. And then the adult with autism, can be very proud of who they are and how they think and how they experience the world differently. And we need that. We need, those talents and strengths to be brought to the, forefront of people's lives so they can thrive and help us. So the bad news, let's get to the bad news, okay? That's the challenges. And those are the things that autism parents are all too familiar with, right? So I'm going to categorize it into 4 things. 1 is your child's body. 2 is your child's environment. 3 is your child's educational needs. And 4 is the world at large. So first of all, your child's body. Okay, like it or not, for all those people that don't think that autism can be cured or recovered, if you take those words out and just look at focusing on restoring wellness in a child with autism often has a lot of comorbidities, physical comorbidities. They have immune system dysfunction. They have gut dysbiosis, digestive issues. Their neurologic systems are often on fire or overexcitable. So there's this whole piece of the puzzle for autism that parents need to focus on in terms of wellness and restoring wellness. The second thing is the environment. The environment is extremely overwhelming for a lot of these kids, most of these kids. So it's a parent's responsibility to try to lessen the onslaught of smells and sounds and distractions. One of the things you can do is green your home. Use non-poisonous, non-toxic cleaning supplies for your bedding and washing the floors and washing the clothes and products that your kids need, like toothpaste and shampoo and soap. So the environment is really overwhelming for a lot of these kids. So that is a big challenge, and a lot of frustration and meltdowns and things that happen in school could be because of something sensory, smell or sight or sound that's overwhelming, but also the people that are around your child, the environment of the people that are around your child could be very good or very bad. And what I mean by that is they could have very strong beliefs about your child, and they could be not necessarily good, or they could have very strong beliefs that are very good, very life-affirming and supportive to your child. So really important for parents to understand that the people that come in contact with their child have a very big impact, whether positive or negative, based on the feelings and the beliefs of that particular person towards that child with autism. So environment isn't just chemical environment, sound and visual environment. It's also the people that are around your kid. And then the other thing that we have such a struggle with as autism parents is the educational needs of our kids. This is a very complex issue. I can't go into all the details right now. I have a separate YouTube on that. But the educational needs of our children are very complex. But the take home, the one thing that I really want you to understand, or that you should strive for with your child's education, is presume intelligence. Look at that child and believe that they are capable, believe that they are intelligent, whether they are nonverbal or not. You have to believe in your child, and you have to know that they have strengths and talents and gifts, and their educational team should be nothing short of on that bandwagon to believe in the potential of your child. Okay, and the other challenge, overarching challenge that our kids have is the world at large, right? The world at large doesn't believe in our kids. They don't understand our kids. They maybe are a little afraid of our kids. They want to fix our kids, make our kids normal. So, the reason I'm here is to change all that so the world at large looks at autism very differently. I'm starting with you guys, with parents, because it's got to start at home. You've got to have a different viewpoint or lens to look at your child. So, the good news is that your child is very special and has gifts and is wired differently, and that is a good thing. So, that part of your child's autism, we want to hold on to that and we want to champion that. But the other part, the bad news, is there's a lot of challenges and obstacles to overcome. But I promise you, if you stick with me, go to my website, AndreaLabuti.com. Lots of free resources there for you to change your attitudes and beliefs and processes to help your child, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, educational, communication therapy. Lots of resources on my website and links and blogs. So please join me there. I appreciate your time. This is a really important topic to me. You know, parents understanding that there is a lot of beauty and goodness and awesomeness in an autistic child. So let's start looking at them that way without ignoring the challenges. So let me help you with those. Thanks for listening. I appreciate your time, and I hope you have a great day.